Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Tens of thousands of Illinois citizens speak out against a criminal justice reform bill. Residents call on Governor J.B. Pritzker to shut down the sweeping changes.
Students in one Boone County district prepare to resume in-person learning. A local parent says she has faith in the safety of her kids' return.
And staying hunkered down at home for days on end can be depressing. A local doctor offers tips on lifting spirits without having to leave the house. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Law enforcement agencies across Illinois speak out against a police reform bill passed just yesterday.
Many Illinoisans echoing disapproval of the amendment, which ends cash bail within 2 years and mandates the use of police body cameras for all officers by 2025. The bill now heads to Governor J.B. Pritzker's desk to a change.org petition urging Pritzker to veto the ideas, garnered over 98,000 signatures at last check. Petition organizers say the bill prohibits peace officers from fulfilling their sworn oath and duties. Yesterday, Governor Pritzker released a statement supporting the reforms. Winnebago's recent violent crime numbers in the county are released. The study was completed by Loyola University Chicago. According to the report, between 2005 and 2019, violent crimes accounted for 17% of total crime in Winnebago County. Between 2010 and 2019, the total number of violent crimes decreased by 23%. For comparison, during that same time span, on average, that number decreased by 16% in other Illinois counties, not including Cook. The report did not include 2020 crime stats.
Starting next Tuesday, Belvidere School District buildings will open their doors to students for the first time in months.
Elementary schools will resume class in person, while middle and high schoolers will take on a hybrid schedule. Parents also have the choice to keep their kids home for e-learning. Michelle Rave caught up with a mom of 5 who chose both options.
So ultimately, it came down for us to what is best for each of our individual children, because there are a couple of them who have been struggling a little bit more.
Tuesday, some Belvidere School District students will return to the classroom. Christy Korostecki is a mother of 5. She says she chose in-person learning for 3 of her kids.
My first grader, because of being a first grader, it's been a little bit more difficult for her to stay on task. And then my 10-year-old is autistic. And so we've run into some challenges from that and just feel that he would be better off in the classroom setting versus at home. And we're going to see how that goes.
Although the decision wasn't easy for Christy, she says the family chose to do what was best for the academic and emotional needs of the kids. But she still has concerns.
Our elementary kids are all going full-time back. And that has been a big concern for me because I'm not exactly sure what our ratios are going to be. And I was really hoping for more of a hybrid schedule for them because I know that the classroom sizes would be smaller.
It's really difficult for an elementary school student to be that self-starter, and we really felt like it was most beneficial for those younger children to be in person every day.
District 100 Superintendent Dr. Daniel Wiesman used Facebook to address parents' concerns about the upcoming changes.
If a student or a staff member tests positive, then one of our contact tracers in the school will walk through the contact tracing process.
Korostecki says she's confident the district will prioritize safety.
Thankfully, if things aren't going well or if we're not comfortable with how things are going, we can pull them out from in-person back to remote fairly easily. So that's been one of those things that's helped me with my peace of mind.
Reporting in Belvidere for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
As more people in our area get vaccinated against COVID-19, Ogle County health officials have a message. Be patient. The health department's received a high number of calls and emails from people eager to get vaccinated. The department is only scheduling people who qualify under Phase 1A or 1B. Those who fall in that category can leave a message, including their name, number, and birthday. Someone from the department will reach out within a few days. Between the pandemic, shorter days, and cold weather, many people are feeling a little bit down. A State Line doctor tells Ari Bruckman curing the winter blues can be as simple as flipping a switch.
Winter and fall in the State Line brings cold weather and fewer daylight hours. The lack of sun can make it challenging for your body to get the right amount of vitamin D. As a result, some can feel down. For others, it can be more serious and lead to a form of depression called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. According to Boston University, the disorder impacts roughly 10 million Americans. Dr. Eric Troutman tells me the best way to treat SAD is with bright light therapy.
The primary treatment still is bright light therapy. Part of the reason people get seasonal affective disorder is because we have shorter days and darker days. Bright light therapy can be very effective, and you can buy units that provide bright light therapy, half an hour a day, usually more effective in the morning than in the evening.
Coming up at 6, find out what key symptoms to look for to determine if you're suffering from SAD. In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Ari Bruckman.
A local church holds another massive food giveaway. Cars lined up early this morning at City First Church in Rockford. Everyone got a box of meat, produce, and dairy. This is the 12th time City First has teamed up with Northern Illinois Food Bank. 5,000 people will benefit from today's distribution. Organizers say kids learning at home has created an extra challenge for many families.
That's one of the big issues in our community is as kids aren't in school, they're not receiving maybe food or meals. So hopefully as schools open back up and kids are attending in person, hopefully that provides some relief to the families who are currently remote and aren't receiving that food subsidy that they normally would.
Coming up at 6, hear from some who benefit from the giveaway. They'll share how the food will help more than just their household.
After the House impeached President Trump for the second time, it's now up to the Senate to decide whether to hand him his first conviction. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said he won't call senators back early for a trial, so if a trial happens, it will be during the Biden White House. Senate
Democrats want to ensure President Trump can't run for office again, but it's unclear if enough Senate Republicans will agree with them. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor explains the process moving forward as she keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
The House Speaker's signature made it official. The Senate is now tasked with President Trump's second impeachment trial.
You cannot remove somebody from office who no longer has that office.
But John Malcolm, a constitutional expert with the Heritage Foundation, said there are questions about whether the Senate has the constitutional authority to hold a trial with President Trump already out of office.
After January 20th, Donald Trump is not going to be the president, the vice president, or a civil officer of the United States. He is going to be a private citizen.
That's why Senate Republican Tom Cotton is already a no vote. In a statement, Cotton said the founders designed the impeachment process as a way to remove office holders from public office, not an inquest against private citizens.
The stronger constitutional argument is that he cannot be tried in the Senate after January the 20th. However, I note that there is some historical precedent.
In 1876, President Grant's Secretary of War resigned amid corruption accusations. The House impeached him anyway, and the Senate held a trial.
While a majority of senators favored convicting him, 2/3 did not, so he was in fact acquitted.
Democrats will need 17 Republicans to reach the 2/3 requirement.
It's certainly more likely this time around than it was when the president was impeached in 2019.
And only then could the Senate hold another vote to fulfill Democrats' intentions of barring President Trump from ever running for federal office again. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Now, your first warn weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it took a little while, but we are starting to see that snow begin to transition and mix in with some of the rain showers that we had from earlier today. Our temperature is actually a bit warmer here, with a lot of us climbing into the mid and even upper 30s. But as that cooler air is now beginning to rotate in, we've got that transition beginning to take place as our temperatures are cooling here right along Highway 20, west and southwest of Rockford, down from New Milford out to Freeport. We've got some lighter snow coming down, and you can continue to see that trend a little bit back further off to the west of us. All of this is tied into a rather strong area of low pressure that'll somewhat weaken as it sinks a little bit further down into Iowa and then eventually overhead as we go throughout the day tomorrow. But as we get that transition to take place, there could be about a 1 to 2 hour window where we actually get some heavier snow to come down here by about 6, 7, even 8 o'clock o'clock this evening. So the impact from that, while our snow totals are not going to be great, about 1 to 2 inches here, wrapping up through tomorrow, it is going to drop the visibility down some, and there could be some slush-covered roads, especially with that heavier nature of the snow coming down. One good thing we have going for us, our temperatures were up above freezing today, so that should help limit any major impacts on the roads here this evening. Now, those snow showers are expected to last through about midnight with some flurries overnight, and then we could see another round of snow going in not only to Friday but also for the first day of Saturday, or the start of Saturday. A live look with our Mercia SkyTrack camera up in Beloit. We've got the rain coming down here this evening. As we go through time with FutureCast, by about 7 o'clock, all of us should be dealing with that snow. And again, here's kind of that heavier band when we get that transition setting up for a portion of northern Illinois. Still holding on, though, to a couple of rain, snow showers mixing in, maybe say south of Rochelle and then off to the east and southeast. But eventually here we'll see that snow. Now watch what happens as we get after about 10 o'clock this evening. That does begin to taper off. There will be some lingering flurries here during the overnight and going into early tomorrow. By tomorrow morning, that low pressure system is now sitting overhead. As it kind of rotates through, we could get a few vigorous snow showers, kind of these bands of snow showers working in during the afternoon and evening, and the impact from those would be to drop that visibility down. Here comes that second kind of burst of snow coming in then early Saturday before we dry things out as we had Saturday afternoon, and then we could see some snow showers again heading into Sunday. So about 1 to 2 inches of snow here from what we get for tonight. Notice FutureCast keeps us through tonight and even going into tomorrow. So the combination of 2 days, about that 1 to 2 inch range. We might then add on another inch or so from what comes down then once we head into Saturday morning. 35 in Rockford, Belvidere, 33 in Rochelle. You can kind of start to see that colder air wrap in here to the northwest. 35, our weather watcher Bob is checking in with this evening. Had a trace of rainfall so far. Notice that dew point temperature is up too. Bump the numbers up just a little bit going into the weekend. Low 30s Friday, Saturday. Still looks like we see the 20s going into next week.
Now, the Mapleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lever.
For a decade, the Blackhawks have provided us with lots of excitement. Then the erosion set in. Coach Q was gone, and now it's more apparent than ever that the Blackhawks are fooling themselves if they think they can compete for another Stanley Cup anytime soon. Going into this season, I had low expectations for this team, primarily because they don't have a proven NHL goaltender, also because they're very young, and third, because of key injuries to Kirby Dach and whatever it is that's ailing Jonathan Toews. Toews, by the way, was put on long-term injury reserve today, so we might not see him at all this season. The Blackhawks were dominated last night in their season opener. They lost 5-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the Lightning are the defending Stanley Cup champs, so that's a quality team. But after last night, I could envision things getting so bad for the Blackhawks this season, they might contend for the top pick in the NHL draft this summer with the worst record in the league, especially if the goalies don't come through. So if you're a Blackhawks fan, don't get caught up in the wins and losses this season because you'll go crazy. My advice is to watch for the development of the young guys on the roster. Alex DeBrincat, Dominic Kubalik, Pia Suter, Adam Boquist, Ian Mitchell, and a few others. The present for the Blackhawks is not pretty, but those young guys could at least give us some hope for the future. Well, it didn't take Theo Epstein long to find a new job. He has taken on a position of a consultant with Major League Baseball. He'll work closely with Commissioner Fred Manfred. His main responsibility will be overseeing rules changes in the game and their impact or potential impact on the games. Epstein says his goal is to help improve the on-the-field product of Major League Baseball. It has been suggested that Epstein might be a great candidate to one day become the commissioner of Major League Baseball himself. I could see that happen. He's a guy who loves the game like a diehard fan because he is a fan. He always has been. I have no doubt he'd do everything in his power to protect the game, and he'd be innovative enough and open-minded enough to change the game where it needs to be changed to improve it. This consulting job just might be the stepping stone toward him becoming the commissioner one day. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Our First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Pretty useful tool here this evening as the transition from rain to snow continues to take place. Might be a 1 or 2 hour window where we see a few bursts of some more moderate snow before tapering off here as we go through this evening. Looking at between tonight and what we get tomorrow at about 1 to 2 inches. Bumping up the numbers just a bit for Friday, Saturday, but we'll still continue with those scattered snow showers tomorrow afternoon. 20s by the end of the week.
All right, thanks, Candace.
Stay safe.